What's up, Cloud Gamers? Welcome to the Cloud Gaming Extreme channel, your destination for all things cloud gaming. And welcome to another weekly cloud gaming news recap. Apologies for my absence last week. I was a bit under the weather, but I will more than make up for it this week, because Stadia have announced their Pro games for the month of September. 3 games are set to leave the Pro lineup, plus we have 2 content updates from 2 very popular games on the platform. 2 more games are available this week on Xcloud. 4 games are set to leave the service on August 31st. We have a release date for Halo Infinite, which is coming to Xcloud. Flight Simulator has also been announced as coming to Cloud at some point this year as well, yet again. Plus, the service is heading to more devices very soon. Amazon Luna this past week announced 3 more games coming to the Luna Plus channel. There should be a grand total of 5 games coming in September, as Hoko Life and Open Country have been delayed. They were supposed to arrive this month. GeForce NOW this past week announced 2 upcoming games will be coming to the service with RTX on, plus 11 games arrive this week. Since our last update from Boosteroid, they have added a further 6 games. Stick around to find out which 6 coming very soon in today's video. As always though folks, before we get into it, I'm going to ask you all a big favour, and this is more important now than it ever has been. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers, cannot thank you all enough. If you are enjoying this content, hit that like button, hit subscribe and ring those bells so you don't miss out on any more content, and you want to get us to 10k as soon as possible, as we have some fantastic goodies to give away when we get there. Stick around to hear more about this coming up very soon. Let's kick off with the Google Stadia news, as we always do. If our calculations are correct, we believe that Google Stadia has now reached 200 games. A great little milestone, and here's hoping we can get another 200 very soon. Let's have a little bit of fun with this folks, and why don't you let us know which has been your number 1 favourite out of the 200 that are available. Whilst you're thinking about that, let's recap the Stadia Pro games for the month of September. Upcoming we have Darksiders 2, Little Big Workshop and Wavebreak. August 31st will be your last chance to claim Gunsport, Blue Fire and Chronos Before the Ashes. Highly recommend the first 2 there, Gunsport and Blue Fire, 2 fantastic games. If you haven't tried them, please check them out. This week, the Assassin's Creed crossover content arrived into Watch Dogs Legion. This comes as part of your season pass, which you should have if you are subscribed to Ubisoft Plus. If not, you can pick it up on Stadia for $20 until August 31st. And staying on the subject of Watch Dogs Legion, the Legion of the Dead free co-op zombie mode is available now. Switching gears over to Destiny 2 now, and this week we found out the Witch Queen is coming to Stadia on the 22nd of February 2022. This is available for pre-order right now. The base game will cost you $34.99, but there are some special editions there, but they are costing upwards of £80. Sticking with the Destiny 2 content for now, and Season of the Lost is underway, and you will be happy to know that crossplay is now enabled on Stadia. This should make running raids and strikes a whole lot easier with more players available. Switching it up to the Xbox Cloud Gaming news now, and 2 games are newly available onto the service this week, the first of which is Psychonauts 2. This game has come in for some particularly high praise recently, so definitely go and check this one out. The second game that arrived this week was Myst. This is a remastered version with upgraded graphics. Can't wait to check this one out, as I haven't done so just yet. 4 games are set to leave on August 31st as previously reported: Blair Witch, Double Kick, NBA 2K21 and Stranger Things 3 The Game. The most notable news this week came out of Gamescom for Xcloud. Halo Infinite has a release date. December 8th, 2021 is when we should see it arrive. Hopefully, fingers, toes, everything crossed that this does not suffer any more delays. We also found out once again that Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to the cloud at some point. We don't know when, there isn't a definitive date, but I imagine it is going to come as soon as Xcloud supports mouse and keyboard, which we don't know when that's going to be right now either. And the final piece of news for the service this week is that Xcloud is heading to Xbox One consoles very soon. This is great for those who haven't been able to get their hands on a new generation console or have a high-end PC capable of running the PC versions of Xbox games. And this just continues Xbox's newly found mantra of being inclusive for all gamers. Amazon Luna this week announced 3 more games coming to the Luna Plus channel. First up we have Dice Legacy, then we have Enter the Gungeon, followed suit by Olia. We also have Hoko Life in Open Country coming to the Luna Plus channel in September. Now these were delayed for some reason, no reasons given as to why they have been delayed until September, but they say they are coming this month, so 5 games in total. But the big question remains, when are they expanding? We do not know, we have no indications of when they will expand. So just like all of you, we are sitting here waiting for those answers. GeForce NOW this past week announced 2 brand new upcoming games that will be available on this service with RTX on. The first of which is Guardians of the Galaxy, which is set to release October 26. Not too long to wait for that, but long enough that I am becoming impatient. We also have the news of RTX available with Dying Light 2. Now this game is set to release December 7th, another game that a lot of us are excited for, but that's still a wee bit away just yet. In addition to that news, 11 games have been onboarded this week, the first of which is the day and date release of King's Bounty 2, which is available via Steam and the Epic Games Store. Icarus Beta is available via Steam, but you must pre-order to gain access to the beta. Atomic Chef was free in the Epic Games Store this week. Before We Leave comes from the Epic Games Store, as does Black Book, but that is also available from Steam as well. Check vs Mate comes from Steam, as does Deepest Chamber. Hammer Ting comes from the Epic Games Store. Ironclad Tactics comes from Steam. Old World comes from the Epic Games Store, and finally Shadowman Remastered comes from Steam this week. Let's wrap up this week's recap with the 6 games now available on Boosteroid since our last update, the first of which is Humankind, which is available via Steam. Then we have Elterra Adventures, which is in its alpha stage, that comes from Steam. The Survival Aliens Fireteam Elite comes from Steam, as does King's Bounty 2. Saints Row the 3rd Remastered comes from Epic, and if you were quick enough you could have claimed that game for free last week. And the final game available coming from the Epic Games Store is Void Bastards. Apologies for the language. And with that folks, it wraps up this week's recap. We seem to have got a wee bit of everything in this week's news. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to follow us across all of our social channels for the latest cloud gaming news, tech reviews, comparisons and gameplay. Until next time then folks, stay safe and keep on gaming.